YouTube, we're back with another trade recap. And today was break even day. So we're obviously going to recap the trade, then we'll recap the week quickly. Um, I'll let you know my profits for the week. And yeah, I've got a slight update on yesterday before we do go into anything though. So if you did watch yesterday's trade recap, um, obviously when I went through the trade, I told you that three. I obviously had three accounts. One of them went on to hit take profit. The other two got stopped at break even. Now that was the case, as I showed in the recap at the time. My accounts have refreshed, and I will leave a I'll leave a screenshot here as well, but I'll put it further on. So the screenshot you're going to see is for today's, just showing the break even. But on that, you can see all the account balances are pretty much similar. My trade syncer mustn't have updated or something when I took the screenshot for yesterday's trade, and I was fully convinced that that was the case. When I logged into TradeSyncer today, the balances were all showing at like 96, not 96, if 100 and 104,600 or something like that. I can't remember the exact number what they're on now, but they were virtually the same, and I was thinking, that's not right. Anyway, logged into my Alpha Futures account, checked all the accounts, and the profits were there on all three of them. So it is right. It just mustn't have updated yesterday. So, like I say, I'll leave the screenshot. You've already seen that now. So the account balances are all the same. I'm not telling you something that's inaccurate. I just wanted to clear that up before we went any further, just in case I didn't say anything and you did watch yesterday's recap and I've said one thing, the accounts don't show that. I didn't want there to be any miscommunication on that side of things. So anyway, that's that done. So that was a nice surprise walking into today's session that we potentially were one, maybe two trades off on all three accounts. Today could have been a big day. It nearly was a big day. The trade itself actually wasn't too bad and went well. It just price, as you can see in this part here, just consolidated too much, and price went a bit poor in moments today. There was quite a big move down during London session, and obviously before that Asia as well. So we had quite a big leg down, which probably ultimately meant there wasn't as much volatility coming into New York as there usually would do. But yeah, prices delivered pretty poorly through this period, mainly here. And we just didn't get that extension up to my take profit. Now I had take profit one set at this high here, and I had my TP2 set at London high, so nearly made this move up on this leg here when I entered. Didn't quite hit it, and obviously then we retraced down and started to consolidate a little bit. Right, so let's go through the trade. So what does it say? Coming into market, we'd obviously made a big move down. Now, yes, this move down was we were bearish for the day. We were respecting gaps, so respecting hourly fair value gaps coming down here. We were disrespecting bullish gaps, and we were definitely bearish coming into today. And so you can see we disrespected bullish gaps here, and we were disrespecting bullish gaps here as well. 1 second. Yeah, so you can see disrespected another bullish gap there. Along with that, we were also, respecting these bearish gaps here. So this gap here, when price moved back up, we respected it, moved back down. So yes, we were bearish. Now, as you can obviously see, I didn't take a short today. I took a long. Reason for that was, it was a bit more of what I would say is a textbook setup for me. Price manipulated lower, and give us signs that we could go higher and target more so these intermediate highs here. So here, and potentially move back and up and sweep London. So that's why I had two take profits today. I wasn't certain that price would have a big move up. I think I just thought it might hit this level here and then maybe make that move down. So if we took profits here, I was happy with that. So anyway, we swept London lows out. We didn't quite move down. Ideally, I would have liked these lows here to be swept out. Now, we had one 15-minute low here, and then I think that was an hourly fair value gap that I had marked out. Yeah, so an hourly low here, and then obviously that moving to that fair value gap there, that would have been ideal, and then that move up would have been better to work with off of that, but we didn't get that. Now, what did I see after this sweep of liquidity here? Both Nasdaq and Nasdaq and ES move back up. Now, I actually prefer to use the 5 minute for my confirmations, but price wasn't as smooth on the 5 minute, so went to the next best thing, went to 3 minute, and yeah, I mean, actually, one thing I do want to point out as well, while I think of it, something that I did pay attention to was when we opened during when the market opened, we made this move up and made that obviously broke structure to the upside. So bear with me 1 second. So this move here, we broke above that high, broke structure back to the upside. Obviously, we made that big extension down again, swept London lows out, and then from there, this is where I was looking to potentially see a setup where price was likely to go higher. So you can see that we've got this 3 minute high marked out. I think we also had the same on NQ. So yeah, that 3 minute high here, the broke structure on both NQ and also ES. From here, you can see there's no fair value gap that opened up within here. So I went to equilibrium. So equilibrium from that low to that high here. There we go. Moved into equilibrium. Similar story on NQ. Now, the other thing I noticed is we had a bullish SMT. So when we did move down into that discounted price, you know, NQ moved below this low here. What did ES do? Hopefully, if you could see, ES, as you can see there, stayed above that recent low. And then from there, obviously we inverse this gap here, but to me that doesn't matter. It needs to inverse that higher gap. So as you can see, let me just remove this out of the way. Let me get rid of some of these drawings, just make it a bit more clean. So as you can see, we went back down into equilibrium here, had this SMT, and now off of that discounted price, I want to see a reaction from that and tell me price is going to go higher. So let me just get rid of this for a sec. You can see that this gap here, this 1 minute gap, the higher one of the two, when we're making that move back up, the bottom one doesn't matter to me because yes, we could invalidate this gap, but if we move up and respect this gap and move down, we've still respected that. So for me, when we're looking to go up, we need to respect the higher gap. Vice versa, if we're looking to take a short, it would be the lower gap. So as you can see, price moved higher here, and you'll see where I took my trade is on that candle closure there. Now, as I said, we were targeting this high up here. So we did make that move up. It was a great entry, very smooth. And when we got to here, I was thinking, yeah, this is great. You know, we are going to hit take profit. Unfortunately, we made a retrace down, which is normal. I wasn't concerned here at all. Made another leg up. And again, thinking the same thing here. We were going to, you know, rally up and take profits. And this is the moment where we, you know, started to consolidate, and price wasn't delivering as smoothly. Now, where did I move my stops to break even? Because of course we were break even to today. As you can see, we never would have been actually stopped out of the trade. My stop loss was at the bottom of this low here, because you know, if price did move below that level, it would invalidate the idea of that small SMT there. So that's where I put my stop loss. Again, it gave me enough room to work with. And like I said, I never would have been actually stopped out of the trade. In fact, I actually would have gone on to hit my TP1. But, you know, with how price was moving here, I was quite happy to move my stops to break even. Now, where did I do that? We come down, obviously come below where we entered here. Then we made this move up. We were making lower lows and high highs. Started to make a bit of a I moved back upwards, and when we broke structure to the upside on this candle here, and we moved above these highs, that's when I put my stops to break even. So we moved above these highs, and you know, you can always potentially maybe see a reversal off something like that. So to me, we were later on in the day in the session. I didn't want to risk it anymore, and I think I did the right thing because price did come lower. And yes, it wouldn't have stopped me out, but you know, with it being later on in the day, would I have liked to be as close as that to my stop loss? Probably not. So for me, I'm more than happy to take a break even day here. Just given that price wasn't delivering as smoothly as I'd hoped. Um, you know, potentially could have taken my trade on NQ today. You know, we made that smoother move up. We did take that high out here, and then eventually went on to hit London highs as well. So, but I wouldn't have hit full take profit because on here, even if I did take a trade on NQ, it would have been something like this. So that candle there, it probably would have been that's too much. Yeah, it would have had to have been something like that maybe at the bottom of that fair value gap up to there. Now, obviously, we would have hit take profit one here, but we would have been stopped out here at break even once we hit take profit one, because that's what I definitely would have done. So yes, we would have hit take profit one, but these are just things you've got to learn from and take on the chin. Potentially could have taken a trade on NQ, but I was perfectly happy with taking it on ES today. And yeah, like I say, not disappointed with today. Now, where does that leave us for the week? We are up, and I've wrote it down just so I do remember. We're up 4,114 dollars for the month, not for the month, for the week. Sorry. So really, really positive week in terms of making that progression to passing this account. We're probably one or two trades off now, depending on the next win we get, or if we lose and we have to take another trade. Um, it just depends, but we are close now to passing these accounts and moving on to the stage where we can actually work towards a payout. So it's been a really positive week in terms of that progression. And yeah, next week I've just got to pick that up where I left off and continue to trade well, because at the moment I am trading well. Since we started the account on the 27th of April, we've made real good progression. We've only had 3 losses in that time. Yes, we've had 1, 2, now 3 break even days, but within that we won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we won 7, and we've lost 3. So that's a great ratio for me, win percentage wise. I'm really happy with that. And again, another positive week. So that's 3 consecutive positive weeks back to back. And when you're trading, that's all you can ask for. So yeah, I'm super happy with that. And we go again into next week with a positive mindset. We're going to take everything we've learned into next week and hopefully get these accounts passed. But as always, there's going to be no rush to do that. It'll happen when it happens. It may not be next week. It could well be, but we will just see. But yeah, until then, enjoy your weekend. Leave us a like, subscribe, comment, and yeah, I will see you hopefully on Monday.